Yo, what's up, everybody? I am back from the whole 1 week hiatus. Big deal, but I'm excited that I'm done with vacation. Not really excited about that, but I'm excited to start doing podcasts again. We missed a whole week of stuff, so I'll have to catch up on everything that's gone down between one of the biggest stories that gone on in the week with Sha'Carri Richardson and weed and weed, and then later story that went down between, and of course it's with ESPN again. They always find a way to get themselves into drama and whatnot with the controversy between Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor. That's a whole lot of it's gonna be a big topic to talk about. There's a lot to go down on that. And then we got game one of the NBA Finals along with it on ESPN, the Bucks and the Suns. We got a lot to talk about in that series, and we can talk about all we want, considering these gonna be the last games of the NBA season. So we can talk about that however we want. Do some crazy stuff with that. And I also thought, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I also thought Montreal was gonna get swept yesterday. I was like last Tuesday, I was like, we talk about some hockey, and then next thing you know, it's like they were on the verge of getting swept, and then today was gonna be a whole different story of wow, we didn't even get to talk about hockey. All we did was say, oh well, Tampa Bay swept them, this and that, it's just been pretty crazy with everything going on. There's just a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense right now, and there's a bunch of stuff that is just like that just came out the blue, and that just came out of nowhere. Just absolutely nowhere. I mean, just crazy news, man. But I think we should just start with it. I mean, I should talk about the Eastern Conference Finals Game 6 before we do, but it's already been about now 4 days, and we don't really need to talk about that. We already know what went down, I mean, my own opinion on it would just be, Trae Young came off that injury and he couldn't get it going. That's the only thing I would say on it, man. I mean, that's really about it. But I think we need to start off with the main topic of the week, which is Sha'Carri Richardson. So, for anybody, I'm pretty sure everybody does know who Sha'Carri Richardson is, but she is a I believe a 200 meter or 100 meter track she's just a track athlete. That's all she is. She's a track athlete. I mean, she's not in the field area. She does run, she can do relays, she does anything. For the Olympics, she she ran, I believe, the 200 meter and won. I believe I'm completely forgetting how the track races work, but I believe she ran the 200 meter and got the fastest time. A day later, or I believe 2 days later, she tested, I guess, positive for marijuana and got a 3-month suspension that went down all the way to 1 because it was off-site. Now, this is also some big information we got to talk about, as her mother, I believe her biological mother, passed away, I believe, a month before this race. And she said in an interview that she felt stressed, and that she felt she didn't feel right, and she said she smoked weed to, I guess, calm herself down, which we all have to know that weed is not a performance enhancing drug, so you shouldn't even get a suspension for that. And my case, I would say it makes you slow down. I've never done weed, but in other people's cases and in cases, it makes you slow down. It doesn't make you go faster. And they banned her for 1 month, so she can't even run into the 200 meter. The best thing she can do is run in the relays, as in her suspension would be up before the relays for the Olympics even would to happen. And really, it doesn't, to me, it just doesn't make any sense to why she got a ban for that, because weed isn't even anything like a performance enhancing drug. Like, it's not. Weed relieves stress. It doesn't kill you. Obviously Snoop Dogg's been smoking that for like 40 years and he ain't dead. It doesn't kill you. It doesn't give you more speed. If it, from the committee, it's like when I played football, I was like, I might as well should have just smoked weed, while playing football. If it gives you speed, like, damn, because everybody, even people in the NBA and the MLB, they smoke weed. It helps them with stress. It's not even something that's like, wow, okay, it's like steroids or whatever. It's just a simple, just mini drug that doesn't really do anything to your body, but relaxes your body and makes you more comfortable. It's not even supposed to make you go faster. And a tweet by Sha'Carri, I believe 2 days ago, she says, "I'm sorry I can't be your Olympic champ this year, but I promise I'll be your world champ next year." And there's a bunch of support around Sha'Carri Richardson from just really every community, the track community. Everybody around the world has heard her story, and it's crazy to me how a bunch of people can go from supporting a person a day later and then the next day completely just bashing them. It really, that's just what type of world we live in, where people, you do something good and it's great, and the next you do something, I guess, against the track laws, which to me make no sense at all whatsoever. And the next thing you know, people start bashing you, and it's like, well, you're like, if you're gonna, me personally, if you're gonna just support somebody, that's cool. But then if you're just gonna bash them, just a minute, not even a minute, a second goes haywire, come on, bro, and we're talking about, we're just talking about just anything, just in general. You go from supporting a person, and then the next minute, you go from bashing them. It's don't you, she won. She is the fastest right now out here. Don't you want her in the Olympics? I never really understood those, why people do that. It's don't you want her in the Olympics? You cheered for her, and she's one of the fastest. But now you're bashing her, saying, "Oh, you should know the rules, this and that." And it's been just a study that shows that weed doesn't make you faster. It's not even a performance-enhancing drug. I'm sorry, but that's just stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's really dumb. It's stupid, honestly, in my opinion. I don't understand why, our world that we live in can go from positivity to negativity within a matter of seconds. But that's because social media, you see more stuff. You clearly hear more stuff, as we will be transitioning into the controversy between Murray Taylor and Rachel Nichols in a couple of minutes. But for Sha'Carri Richardson, this is what I say on it. I say she should just keep living her life the way how she wants to live it. And me personally, I support Sha'Carri Richardson. If other people don't, then that's fine. But me personally, I will 100% support Sha'Carri Richardson, and I guess everything she does, because I believe that's messed up. I believe that is really messed up. And losing your dream at being such a young age too, and she still has time. Like, she's not even hit her prime yet. Like, she hasn't even hit her stride yet. But that's just rough having that happen at like 21 years old, I believe. But yeah, I believe she'll get her opportunity again. It'll just, and if she wants to run in the relays, like she still has that opportunity. So at least there's something for her in that category. But I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to see her run in the solos for sure. Yeah, that's what I got about that. Now there's a lot of drama that's going down right now. There is a lot of drama between, well, I wouldn't even say between. I kind of just say like this involves around Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor. Now, I honestly don't believe when this happened. When all this happened, I think this happened, I believe, 2 days ago, if I am not mistaken. If not 3. But Rachel Nichols and gosh, how do I even explain this? Yeah, I'm having a hard time explaining this. Basically, Rachel Nichols said some things about Maria Taylor, not very nice things, and she really said some. Could you put it as in like racist things? The way how she said it. There's a voice audio of her talking about Maria Taylor, as in she took her spot from her doing NBA Finals coverage. There was an article that the New York Times came out with, and in there basically tells you that Rachel Nichols wasn't happy with that Maria Taylor had her panel spot of doing the NBA Finals. And that's just from a business standpoint, which honestly, would you, in this situation, now we don't have to get like racist here, but Rachel Nichols went a little over the line of saying the only reason why she got the spot, and this was in 2020, during all the Black Lives Matter protests and whatnot. Rachel Nichols said the only reason why ESPN gave Maria Taylor the spot is because of diversity, which is 100% not true. That's 100% not true whatsoever. ESPN gave Maria Taylor the spot because they believed that she deserved the spot after her, well, actually, yeah, for her hard work. And there's a lot of people who got introduced to Maria Taylor during basketball, and I've known about Maria Taylor since 2019, since watching, really 2018, 2019, watching college football. And she was always like, every time you heard Maria Taylor, like, for me, it was kind of like, okay, like I know what type of game this is gonna be, like you have Herb Street, Flower, and you have Maria Taylor, and that's what it's gonna be a big game. And then they transitioned her into basketball, and more people heard about Maria Taylor, and more people actually started liking Maria Taylor, and people were like, give us more Maria Taylor, and there's nothing, at the time everybody was like, we love Rachel Nichols, like she's good, and then the audio came out, and it was just like, damn, You know, like it kind of just it folded into a whole like just damn moment. Like well, you know, shit. You know, like like, and that's basically what I heard about it. Because as soon as I saw it, I was like, this isn't gonna end well, is it? You know. But it was, ooh, man, I don't know, man. And from a business standpoint, you have to at some point not agree, that's the wrong word, not agree, but you kind of have to understand, coming from her side of view, that it's like, it's a business standpoint, that's how it happens. You know, obviously saying she got the job because of diversity is definitely one thing, because that's not true at all. But if it was just audio of her being upset that she got the position over here, you know, that's just a business standpoint. You know, I mean, can you fault her for being upset? For one, you can't fault her for being upset, but you can fault her for saying that Maria Taylor got the job for diversity, which is completely not true at all. People kind of translated that to each other. Black co-hosts and whatnot hosts translated that to each other, and it got out, I guess, 3 days ago. I'm now guessing, maybe 4. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's definitely something. Could she have used better words? Yes, 100%. You know, is she a good host? Yeah, she's a good host. Yeah, I thought they just transitioned her to a different position because it was like, well, let's just try things new, you know. But obviously that's not how that works in corporate businesses, especially ESPN. ESPN is they're a little rough when it comes to stuff like that, you know. And they always got something circulating around them when it comes to beef, and they're hiding stuff. They're probably even hiding more stuff, and we have no idea, you know. Now it came out, you know, they might as well just send the whole juice packet, the whole packet out. But she just said the wrong things. Just not the right words for the situation, man. And definitely not man, I don't even know how to explain this, man. You know, it's just, man. I mean, she just said some racist stuff, man. And diversity, if we're gonna talk about diversity, her mother-in-law is Diane Sawyer, who is the queen. Well, could we say she's the queen of ABC? I mean, we could say that. We could say she's the queen of ABC. And gosh, I forgot what her father is, but I believe her father is Mike Nichols, correct? Who is a major stage and film director. And that kind of really just, everything she says just puts into terms of, wow, like, that is racist, because one, it's not even like she was not trying to say it, because that's definitely what she meant. And two, when you have the last name of two major people in the film and directing and journalism, or however you say that, industry, getting in there might not be hard. And I believe Rachel Nichols has been at this for she joined ESPN, I think, in 2004. I believe so. She's been at this for about a whole almost 2 decades now, and I believe that she's been taken off of the NBA Finals crew. But ESPN has announced that they will put Malika Andrews to replace Rachel Nichols on the sideline reporter for the NBA Finals. This is from Front Office Sports, and the quote is, "We believe this is the best decision for all concerned in order to keep focused on the NBA Finals. Rachel will continue to host the jump." So Rachel will continue to host the jump, but she will be off the NBA Finals. I found that off the front office sports on Twitter. So for ESPN, obviously, we knew that was going to happen. She was going to be off the finals roster. I mean, we expected that. But I don't know, man. I just don't understand why people say stuff the way how they do, the way how they say it. And from a business standpoint, obviously, like for Rachel, like she's upset. Like she was upset that her job was taken away because she's been in that industry or at the program for a whole almost 2 decades. And when part of her job gets stripped away, it's like, for her, it's like, am I not doing a good enough job, you know? But then when she says those words, it's like, okay, like there has to have been a reason why they took you off of it, but then kept your information secret, you know? So that's all I can really say. That's really all I got. All I gotta say is that it's Twitter, or not even Twitter. It's the life of social media. People won't forget the situation. But it will definitely become will become normal now that, oh, she's still working here. She's still working here after she said this and that. It's like, okay, whatever. But that's the way I take things, as, you know, I don't forget about things, but like like me personally, I don't bring past stuff up because really I don't feel like having a whole conversation about it. I don't really feel like talking about why does this person still have a job, you know, unless they say something completely out the line and racist. I don't really bring stuff up. And even when people do say something completely out the line and racist, I don't really bring it up unless I'm joking about it. You know, and obviously people on Twitter do. So, I mean, I just let people do that, and I just let myself just cool back and relax. I don't really say anything from the past. That's how I keep my motto. But yeah, definitely a difficult situation. And I love Maria Taylor. You know, she's a very good host, I believe. For doing college football, then switching to the NBA, it's not a very easy thing to do, switching topics like that, especially in a world where black women, they don't really get those opportunities like that, as into being a host on like a show, you know, and even women in general in the industry. They don't really get opportunities like that, unless you're really good at it. You know, like the old saying would be like, oh, if you have a job in the women's industry, like it's either because you're hot, you have a good body, and you know, and that's what it used to be. But now it's transitioning over to how much knowledge you have in sports, which is something that I really like, and being able to, or me seeing, I guess, black women had that opportunity in sports, and getting those bigger opportunities makes me really happy, because I really enjoy seeing I don't want to say my kind, but really just my kind in general, just, you know, and especially women get those opportunities, as we know for men, you know. You can be in the league, and then you get a job over somebody easily, you know. So for Maria Taylor, like I really support that. And then for Rachel Nichols, I mean, she just has to learn from her mistakes. That's really all I can put it as. I don't really like bashing people, because I like to keep it positivity, you know. I like to keep the positivity there. But she really has to learn from her mistakes, and really has to not, you know, really, she has to, if she wants to bounce back from this, she has to completely stay positive, and she has to completely have a different attitude and a different mindset while working on sets, and watch the stuff she says, because there could be more information that we don't know about for either one person or another. And really, from the standpoint of guys like Kendrick Perkins, Richard Jefferson, and Steven Jackson defending her, they really were just doing that so that she didn't completely get all the way bashed. I don't believe that they're defending her as in like they 100% support her, but they're doing that as in like, okay, like let's not because obviously they know Rachel and they know that they've been working for a while, and they really were just trying to, I guess, just ease off the pressure a little bit, and Perk said that he just is like, this has nothing to do with me, I'm just gonna say it the way how I see it, that's basically how he said it. I haven't heard from Steven Jackson or Richard Jefferson, but Kendrick Perkins really just said it from his standpoint, which is what I would have said. I ain't messing with this. This ain't nothing I need to be a part of. I'm just gonna see it the way how I see it, and that's how I'm gonna roll with it. So I think that's a good mentality and a good mindset to have when working with stuff like this, because it can normally never be easy, especially when you work in the same business and all that beef's going on, because then it goes into you like, well, why didn't you say anything about it? Like, since you knew it, or if you didn't know it, So it's definitely a difficult. These are definitely difficult topics to talk about, because they definitely bring out a lot of information, and it always happens with every industry. I think we should now transition. Well, before we transition more into basketball, I think we gotta talk about hockey. A subject that I'm not really too fond about, but Montreal almost got swept. Should have got swept. If I actually did some note taking on hockey before I did this podcast, I would tell you who missed that goal, that wide open goal, but I didn't. But anyway, the Lightning had a 2-2 lead. It was overtime, and they had a 4-minute power play after, I believe, one of their players got struck in the head by a stick. And the Lightning had a 4-minute power play going into the end period, into the overtime session. The Lightning had some good opportunities to score, but they never really scored. And really, it was just a bad. It was It was kind of like a bad loss for the Lightning, because they had that game. They missed a lot of shots they should have made. And really, Montreal got lucky. They got absolutely lucky. Absolutely lucky. I mean, with the shots. For Montreal, Josh Anderson scored a game-winning goal. It was crazy actually too. It was off of a diving. I don't know how you explain this in hockey, but he kind of dove and kind of slapped at the puck while it bounced off of the post, I believe, or it bounced off of Valesky's leg. So I mean, it was actually a crazy goal, because it also came off of a 4-minute power play. And I believe he was also in the box for that long too. I believe that he was the one who got it, who was in the penalty box. So it was definitely I guess a good experience. Not even a good experience, just a good game for Montreal, as I believe they got lucky. As the Lightning, they missed some shots. They missed too many shots. That's all I gotta say about that game. I really got nothing else. It would have been a completely different story if the Lightning won. It would have been like, wow, I came back from vacation and we didn't even get to talk about hockey. We didn't even get to talk about anything, It's like they just got swept right away. It's like, oh well, there goes the end of that topic, Game 5 NHL Finals is on Wednesday, in Tampa. So I believe Tampa will win that game. I didn't really make any predictions for that, because the finals started, I believe on Wednesday. On that Wednesday, if not, it was on that Tuesday. I didn't really remember. But we're back, and we're here to talk about the main topic of, well, my podcast, really. We saved this for the end, the main event. We saved it. The Suns and the Bucks. The Suns and the Bucks, that is gonna be our main event today. And really, before we start with the Suns and Bucks, we have to go. We have to go on the Twitter real quick, and we really just have to say something just crazy that happened. So, one guy from, I guess, I don't even know, in 2016, his name is Jarrett Palmer. In 2016, this was November 3rd, 2016, this man said the 2021 NBA Finals will be the Bucks and the Suns. In Game 7, the Bucks will win 123-115, which is absolutely crazy because it's the 2021 NBA Finals and the Bucks and Suns are playing each other. And he said the Bucks will win 123-115. Which is insane. And I saw this tweet. I saw it before it went viral. I saw it too. Before it had tweet had about 4,000 likes and 1,000 retweets, and now it's at 35,000 likes and just 11k retweets or 18k. But yeah, it's kind of insane. And the man said the following. He posted on Twitter too. He said the following link is to an interview I did on CNN answering some questions about my prediction. Go check it out if you're interested. Which is weird. I don't even know if that video is real or not. It might be. I don't know. But it's definitely something crazy. Definitely something very interesting too. And yeah, I got no words about that. That's actually insane that he predicted that. Actually, and it's actually a real tweet too, which is actually really crazy. But yeah, let's go on with the Suns and the Bucks. Now Giannis is doubtful tonight for Game 1. He most likely will not play, which I'm not really surprised, because the way how he hyperextended his knee, it looked awful. So not really surprised he ain't playing. He might not play, doubtful. Most likely to me means he's not playing. But the Bucks, they still got some dogs. They're playing a different team though. They're playing a very different team. This isn't the Hawks. This is not the Hawks are scrubs, but the Suns. Suns, they got a healthy Devin Booker. Well, when it comes to the legs, I don't know about his nose. Chris Paul is going to be in his first ever finals. Actually, everybody. The only person who has actually finals experience is Jay Crowder. He only played 6 games where he was with the Heat. And Solomon Hill, too, which I don't believe he played in that series. But, those are the only 2 with finals, with actual experience in the game. So if you want to see that big advantage that the Suns have, I guess you can put that on there. But neither player in each series has a chip. The Bucks haven't won in about half a century, and the Suns have never won. So definitely, I believe that's why it's gonna go to Game 7. I got the Bucks winning actually the series. And I'm gonna explain why. I got the Bucks winning because one, Giannis isn't gonna be out forever, and we know that he's not gonna be out forever. And I'm just trying to figure out who in the Suns is gonna guard him. The Bucks, they're a tall team. Who's gonna guard Giannis, and who's gonna guard Chris Middleton, because they are a big team. Devin Booker will obviously be guarding Middleton, Drew Holiday on Chris Paul, but Giannis, I'm guessing Jade Crowder will be on Giannis. I'm guessing he's gonna take that role, and somebody like Bobby Portis. I never would have thought of actually have to say that Bobby Portis would be the main reason why the Bucks win this series, but it is because his anger and his aggression. He just has that mentality where, and we saw it in the Hawks series. He just has that mentality now where he's not like a scrub. He doesn't want to be known as a scrub. He doesn't want to be the reason why his team lost. You know, when you get to come up big in the situation, he came up to the challenge. And again, he's got to do that again tonight, as I believe that if Giannis isn't playing, which I don't think he is, because when you say someone's doubtful, they most likely aren't playing. Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis will be the main big man in the game tonight, and Bobby Portis will get the start, and Bobby Portis will have to be on one. Have to be on one again tonight, and he's got to bring that same energy he brought into the Hawks series, closing them out and playing in his first finals. Obviously, can be very nerve-wracking and nervous, and especially against Phoenix, who their fans have not been supporting them for, or not even their diehard fans have been going crazy, you know, and their fans, like, the place has been bumping, so, you know, it's going to be a very nervous atmosphere, very hostile. But as a player, having those hostile environments is nice. I mean, obviously, for me, like, I know high school and pros is different, but even in high school, man, like, being in a hostile environment is really fun to play in. Because everybody's rooting against you. You feel like you have less pressure when everybody's rooting against you. Because it's like, oh, you missed. They expect you to miss, you know? And it's like, oh, or in, I guess, football, oh, you dropped the catch. Like, they expect you to drop the catch. They want you to drop the catch. Versus where you're the home team, you're expected to win. You have more pressure on you to win the game. And that's why I think the Bucks are going to win in 7, because I believe the last game, the win on the road, I feel like I definitely don't think it's going to be Suns in 4. Like, let's get that BS out the way. It's not going to be Suns in 4 whatsoever. Let's just get that out the way. People who are saying Suns in 4 are just trolling at this point, because it ain't going to be Suns in 4. It's not going to be like the NHL Finals where, like, Lightning in 4, and it almost happened. It really almost did happen. Crazy, off of one shot. It's not going to be a cakewalk, man. It's definitely going to take all the way until July, I'm guessing. It's like the 6th, so until July, like 18th or whatever, or whenever, 21st, whenever the last game is. That's what I'm predicting. Bucks in 7. I believe that, number one, I believe Giannis, when he's going to be in the game, when he starts to play again, will be going for 30 and 10 every game. You know, the main factor in this series for the Bucks is Chris Middleton. It's Chris Middleton, because, like, going back to what I said about Kendrick Perkins saying that Chris Middleton is Batman, or not Batman, is Superman, or not even, yeah, that Chris Middleton is Batman and Giannis is Robin. If he really truly believes that, then Chris Middleton has to be the guy for the series, then. Because when Giannis is out, he needs to drop points. He needs to be one of the main ball handlers with Jrue Holiday. And Jrue Holiday, with that expensive-ass contract, needs to show out in the playoffs. And I know it's his first one, along with everybody else. So really, I can't even actually say, oh, it's his first one. Because it's everybody's first one, you know, besides Jay Crowder. But, I mean, only 6 games, really. In a bubble, too, you know, no fans. I mean, that's really not experience. So, it's everybody's first one. But Jrue Holiday needs to step it up. Chris Middleton needs to step it up. The ruthless aggression of Bobby Portis will be very key for them. He obviously won't be their main ball handler since he's a big man, but if he can get some buckets in the paint, that'll definitely make a difference. And same thing with PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker out there is going to make a hell of a lot difference. Because if he can score too, it will definitely make the Suns' life a little bit harder. That, oh, now we got to guard PJ Tucker because, you know, he hasn't been shooting very well, but his defense, he go crazy on defense, you know. So be exciting to see. And for the Suns, for them to win this series, it's just Devin Booker needs to take control. He just really needs to. And for me, for the Suns, this is Chris Paul's moment. I believe he's 38 now, or 38, 37. But he might not get this opportunity again, and he needs to take every moment of it and lead his team in every game. That's one way how I believe they're going to win this series. Obviously, I don't got them winning the series, but that's the only way how they're going to win is he has to be the floor general. Every play has to have the ball. Every play call plays all the time. Has to be aware. Has to just tell the game or in front of him that this is my time and it's my moment and I'm going to set my team up for success. That's one thing he has to do. The best, and DeAndre Ayton is a dog. He will not stop continuing to average 20 and 10. He's been going crazy every series, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how the Bucks guard him. Now that a big man like Brook Lopez is on him, Brook Lopez, like 7-footer versus 7-footer, like that's gonna be very interesting to see. Very interesting. And especially Bobby Portis too. It's definitely gonna be something for Aiden. We'll definitely see how he takes the challenge against Brook Lopez, as in that's guy he will most likely be going up against. And even Giannis at times when maybe the Bucks tend to leave Giannis off of guys like Aiden and kind of put him on guys like Jay Crowder or whatnot, or Devin Booker. Not even Devin Booker. Well, maybe Devin Booker, but they tend to leave him off a guy, just leave him on like the main guy that they want him is like the matchup they want. I guess like a versatile matchup for him, not like a guy who can blow right by him or a guy who has, I guess, more strength than him. But Giannis does have a lot of length though, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But in game one, I got the Suns winning. Giannis ain't playing. The Suns have had more time off, and I believe the Suns will win game one. Like I've said in the past. It's going to be a very interesting series. It's weird times going on right now. As no one expected the Suns and the Bucks to be in the finals once all these trades and whatnot were going down for the season. Nobody expected that whatsoever, and I'm very excited about this series, man. Because once everybody's healthy again next season, it's going to be a completely different season, and we'll hopefully see the same teams we saw in this year be in the finals again, or be close to it, because anything is possible. But anyway, I got the Suns. Winning game one tonight. With no Giannis, that's Devin Booker will take over. He'll be able to drive into the paint more. Same thing with Chris Paul and get those shots, and I believe they'll win the game. Simple as that. Will it be a blowout? No, I believe it'll be like a 3-point game. That's what I believe. I'll say it as, but I believe they'll take game one. But anyway, to give a full recap, we talked about Sha'Carri Richardson, how awful it is that they banned her. Well, from her event, banned her for smoking weed, which isn't even a performance-enhancing drug. We talked about Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor, and just going on that topic again, just seeing, I guess, well, I don't even know about that topic, man. It's kind of just like, it's rough for me because I've always loved Rachel Nichols. Like, I always have. Like, and I'm trying to, like, not completely bash her because I've always loved Rachel Nichols, Like, I always thought she was a good host. Like, I never thought anything bad of her. I always thought she was just, she was an innocent person, I didn't really start watching sports until 2018, so, I mean, But, it's kind of just hard for me because I always watched her. So, I mean, it's difficult, seeing a situation like that where it's like, wow, you said that to someone that I love, Maria Taylor. So I don't really know how to explain that topic very well. It's a little rough. But Rachel, she needs to take some time off and definitely just off of social media for sure, and just kind of just think about what she's done, and just try to recover as I think she said, we're definitely not right. And for Maria Taylor, just for her, just keep shining, We know Jalen Rose is number one hype man, be hyping her up all the time for a reason too. And so for Maria Taylor, just let her just keep shining, because her being in a business like that is definitely not easy, especially for her skin color and her being a woman too. And then we talked about hockey. Lightning almost getting their sweep. They'll probably be back-to-back champs because they'll probably win Game 5. I don't see them losing 4 games in a row, but it's possible. It is, but I mean, I don't know if that's ever been done in hockey. So, and then the Bucks and the Suns as we recap. So this was definitely a very interesting episode. I didn't think I'd actually get this deep into actual topics that actually mean something, or going on for generational stuff, and life purposes, skin color purposes and whatnot. But hey, it's something you gotta talk about. It's definitely something you can't ignore. Definitely first podcast in the week. Felt a little slow. Me personally, I did feel a little slow. But I'll get back into it. It's just a week. I definitely felt a little slow talking today. I definitely felt like my mind was kind of wandering. But we'll definitely get back at it with the podcast, for the week and whatnot. And the information we get, that's what we get, and we just gotta talk about it better. But anyway, that will be it for the podcast, as we got to the 47 mark today, which is really good. Definitely, you talked about a lot of stuff in a meaningful. God, I can't even speak right now. Time. But anyway, that will be it for the rest of the podcast. This is episode number 10 of Crunch Time. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your Tuesday afternoon into the nighttime, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.